Hi, this is Edwin Cabrera here in Manassas, Virginia, and I love Bitcoin. I love the concept of Bitcoin. I think that this is really the currency of the future, particularly online. But there are so many people who don't know anything about Bitcoin, how to set up a wallet, where you buy Bitcoin, how to store it, all this other stuff. So I decided to create a video which is going to tell you about Coinbase, how to set up an account on Coinbase, blockchain.info. There's a couple. Also, how to get ULTRABTC. There are several different ways that you can buy Bitcoin and how to create your own wallet so that it's secure online. And it depends on where you live. There also I have a resource there so you can find out different places in the world that you can get Bitcoin. So let me just show you this information that I have on these 3 different sources. Great information. So here it goes. So if you go to coinbase.com, you click up here to sign up, and you're going to get this. It's going to be quick. I mean, the first initial part is quick. Name, email, choose a password, blah, 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 agree to the terms, and create an account. Once you get into your account, it's going to be a little more intense. So once I got in, here's the dashboard. It's going to tell you what the present price is for Bitcoin. And also with Coinbase, you could also buy Ethereum. It's another coin which is at this price. We're not going to go into that right now. We're just going to talk about Bitcoin. But this is one of the few places where you could buy both Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if you look here, you're going to have your wallet on the right hand side. It'll tell you what your balance is here. It'll tell you how much Bitcoin you have, if you have any. It'll tell you how much Ethereum you have. And if you can also have in here US dollars. It also tells you here what your recent activity is, whether you've received or you've sent any kind of Bitcoin. It'll tell you here. You can do this on your phone. You could download an app so you could take it with you on the move. You have a buy and sell area. This is where you have to put in your information. Now you can again buy Bitcoin or you could buy Ethereum. Here's where you buy, here's where you sell. Here are your limits. You may be limited to a certain amount, but that won't be a big deal. So you have to put in your bank accounts information. You have to be verified. It's going to take a few days. There are several ways that you can buy and sell. So I'll tell you about that in a second. Here is your selling. If you have Bitcoin and you want to sell it, you could send it to you could sell it through your bank account and get back money for it. This is what's called your send and request. So this is to send Bitcoin and to get Bitcoin. So when you send funds, as you see here, it says email or Bitcoin address. Most likely you would use a Bitcoin address. So if you're going to send somebody funds, they tell you what the address is. You plug it in here. You put in here how much Bitcoin you want or US dollars, and it will tell you how much Bitcoin you're going to use. If you're going to request, if someone is going to send you monies, so then again you create your Bitcoin address and you tell them how much you want them to send, and you put it in whichever wallet you have. You can have Ethereum wallet or your Bitcoin wallet. We're going to again deal with Bitcoin. You have your accounts here. In your accounts is going to tell you which wallets you have. Ethereum, your wallet, your money, and you have what's called a Bitcoin vault. In your vault, you can save. This is an extra security, so you could put, if you have a lot of Bitcoin and you want to put some away and you don't want to, use it, just throw it in there. Here are your tools, and this is where you can now, up here you see you create a new address. So every time you have a different person or a place that you're sending Bitcoin, you create an address, and so you just click that on, and there your address will pop up here. You copy and paste that. You will be able, let me just do that. You create an address. Here's a new address I just created. So with that, you can go to the details, and it'll tell you. Now you can send that person a QR code here. You can send it to them so they can just scan this if they know how to use QR codes. Here is your Bitcoin wallet. And now you can label this if you wanted to say whatever. My entrepreneur's headquarters. You can now know that this is coming from entrepreneur's headquarters. You would save that. So I'm going to cancel this since I'm not using it. In your tools, you also can do reoccurring transactions. If you wanted to send somebody, it's like a bank. You want to repeat. You want to send them $100 of Bitcoin every month or whatever. You could create that. You have your reports here of what's going on in your scheduled time reports of your history. Here is your history, so you can find out exactly what's coming and going. This will tell you exactly what you bought and what you've deposited and what you sold. In your settings, you're gonna need some information here. Here are your passwords. There is a thing called an enable two-factor authentication, where you put an app on your phone, a Google Authenticator. It's called Google Authenticator, and you connect the Coinbase to the Google Authenticator, and when you go to sign in, or anybody else goes to sign in, they have to have the Google Authenticator code, which will change every time, and it'll ask you, what is a Google Authenticator? You got to go to your phone, go to the Google app, Google Authenticator, and then you put in the code. So that's an extra security system. Okay, I'm not gonna show you my personal information here, but that's where that is. You also have to be able to remember that you have to verify who you are. This is what they call KYC, know your clients. Remember that all these companies have to verify their clients. You can't be an anonymous person here. So they will ask you for verification of who you are and information about your bank accounts and everything else. Their bank accounts will have to be verified. If we continue in our settings here, we go to settings. You have your profile. I just covered that. You have preferences. You can check that. That's basically where you are. Just the time zone, where you are, things to that effect. Security, again, I was telling you about security, where you have a two-step verification. It's going to be your phone number. Your primary phone number must be verified. This is the Google Authenticator that you can do. You can do Google Authenticator, and I believe you could do either that or Authy is another one that you can do. And so there are ways to verify who you are, to make sure. Now there are payment methods here, so you now plug into here. You can add another payment method, so you will plug in your credit cards, your Visa cards, your bank accounts. If you go through your bank account, it is less expensive in the as far as the interest is concerned, but it takes 4 to 5 days. If you use your Visa cards, the interest rates are higher, but it's much faster. So it depends on what. You can also use your PayPal account. You can see down here, you can also have PayPal. So you can use PayPal to buy Bitcoins. So that's a great addition. If we go to the bottom of the home page, you can look down here to find the supported countries, so that because Coinbase does not work everywhere. They have some in Asia, they have Australia, Europe, and North America. As you can see, I'll just scroll through here: Singapore, Australia, European countries. You can look at that to see if you are supported, and it tells you here whether you can buy and sell. Most countries you can buy, some countries you cannot sell. So, and it tells you here the payment methods that you have to use. So take a look at that, and you are in Canada and the United States. So so you can look at that as well. You can change the language down here. As you can see, you have various languages. If we go to blockchain.info, you can also create a wallet. This is a little different. As you can see here, I'm showing you. I'm going to take off my ID wallet, but I'm going to show you that this is a Google Authenticator. They also have the same system, or you can set up the same system. And on your phone, you have to go to your phone and then put in what the code is at that present moment. This code will change continuously, so I could just go and log in with my Google Authenticator to have a two-step authentication. So here's your blockchain account, and it tells you again how much Bitcoin you have in there, your transactions, your most recent transactions, what are you getting, what's coming in, what's going out, the dates and everything else. If I click over here, transactions, it'll tell you exactly where, who sent you. As you can see, the different wallets, so you know where they came from. You can add a description here if you want to know who sent you that, or whose wallet that particular person is, so you have keeping track of what that is. Here is your security center, so you have to verify by mail. This does not have as many verifications because you're not really buying and selling here, but you can link your mobile. You can do a two-step. This is the two-step verification where you can now go to, like I said, Google Authenticator. Here are your settings, your wallet information. I'm going to hide this information here, my settings, my preferences, so that you now see there's not much that you have to do here, because your security, you have different security things that you could do with the passwords and the wallets. And here are your addresses. You can now create addresses and for you to send or receive. So you can send some money to whoever you're going to send it to. Again, you have to paste over here an address, a Bitcoin address. It tells you how much you're going to send, how much in US, and if you could create a description so that you know who you sent it to and what it is. It's not very complicated. On blockchain, you cannot buy and sell Bitcoin. You can transfer. This is just a transfer point. Some people like blockchain because it does not have as much information. Also, some people feel that it's more security. But remember, you're going to pay an interest. If you have a Coinbase, you're going to pay interest to send. If you bring it into here, then you're going to pay an interest to bring it in and to send it out. So they're going to charge you a little bit of interest on both ends. So you may want to have both a Coinbase and a Bitcoin blockchain or a blockchain wallet. For the most part, you could do everything with Coinbase, but some people feel that it's more security and another way of having a secondary process. For some places, they want you to use blockchain. I don't know why, because sometimes Coinbase can get a little bit touchy, and they're concerned about security, and they're concerned about people, trading a lot of money. So sometimes you have to be careful there. So you may want to take out some of that money and put it in blockchain. So those are things you may want to consider. Now, we have a third option of buying and selling. Now, I don't know this one very well. I'm gonna tell you, I just found this one out, but it looks very interesting as far as buying and selling Bitcoins, and very easy to buy and sell. You do not have to do you don't have to go through a lot of changes in order to do this. This is more kind of direct peer-to-peer buying and selling Bitcoins. So you can just go here, and like I said, Bitcoin uses peer-to-peer technology to operate with no central authority or banks. So you place your order. Seems very simple. You place your order, you get a verification, and then you get your Bitcoins, and you use but you will need a Coinbase, or you will need a blockchain wallet in order to be able to make those transfers, because you're transferring money in and out of this. If we go to the frequently asked questions, so you can see what's going on here. What is ULTRABTC? And you see, it's also right. They use PayPal. You need a PayPal account. You can, over here, they recommend that you create a blockchain account as well. So in order to be able to pass it, you should have a balance on your Visa and debit card, so that you can use that as well. You can buy Bitcoins no matter where you live. You can use credit and debit. I like this point here. You can basically use it anywhere in the world, which is good, because a lot of countries find it very difficult to trade with. It's only 2% commission fees. They trade on the weekends and holidays. You could use the same PayPal account email as you use for PayPal. And when they ask you for a name in PayPal, you can use ULTRABTC Ltd. The verification process is very simple. You just an email. You do not have to go through a lot of hoops. And verification will only be necessary for the first order, and after that you could use your email. You do have to spend at least $100. That is the minimum. I saw that somewhere, that the minimum to buy is $100 worth of Bitcoins. So this is a very simple process that you can use as well in order to buy and sell. So those are just a few options, and there's another one. Here's another great resource on where to buy Bitcoins all over the world in different countries. So you can see here, you have different countries that you can click on, and it'll tell you exactly which one of these guys will buy, where you can buy and sell Bitcoins. So you have dozens of options, but remember, again, Zappo is very good. There are a lot of places, and you can see, depending on the country that you're in, will determine sometimes which kind of what you can use. So these are 4 great resources that you can use to look at, to figure it out. This is not a very difficult thing to do. It's like filling out an application. In some cases, it will take a couple of days, or maybe a few, or 4 or 5 days. So don't rush it, or set yourself up now to get ready for whatever it is that you're trying to venture into. Now, I love also passive programs. I love to be able to invest my money and let the other people do the work, do the trading, or do the investing, and then get my money back. So we have a great program called the Entrepreneurs Headquarters, where you can now invest and get from 11% to 17.5% per week. It's a great program, and you really, if you're looking for something where you could just put your money in and let them do the work for you, this is an excellent program to do that. So click on the link below so you can join us in the Entrepreneurs Headquarters.